Portfolios and How They Can Improve Student Learning by Philip Johnson. What is a portfolio assessment anyway? Well, a portfolio assessment is an assessment form that teachers do together with their students and is an alternative to the classic classroom test. The portfolio contains samples of the learner's work and shows growth over time. The technique of portfolio assessments is a very polarizing topic. Every student in a class has individual talents. Some students may thrive in an area of composition, while others do well with audio visualization presentations. Having a portfolio as an assessment format allows each student to display his or her strongest work in one place for evaluation. Another pro is a progressive assessment, which teachers often demonstrate student growth in a course. A portfolio provides a way to do this in an easily portable format. A strong portfolio will include work that the student has produced early in the course as well as the work he or she has produced near the end. By including these two types of works, it can showcase how a student has grown in his or her knowledge and the skills throughout the course. So what are the negatives to performance-based assessments? And what problems might teachers face? There will be grading challenges, and there will be timing issues. Grading a portfolio can be difficult since each one is going to be different. A strong rubric helps a teacher grade a portfolio's content, but even then, there is a lot of room for subjectivity when looking at one portfolio versus another, making it difficult to assign grades fairly. Another grading challenge with a portfolio is that it usually lets a student show off her strengths, but often hides his or her weaknesses. So it provides an incomplete picture of what the student knows or understands. And with timing issues, teachers have so many things to fit into a class schedule that it can be daunting at the best of times. Using portfolios as an assessment is a major time commitment. Not only do the students have to have their time to work on the individual portfolio assessments, but they also need time to put them together. Teachers need extra time to grade portfolios since each one will include several items as well. So what does the research say? Research shows portfolios can provide structure for involving students in developing and understanding criteria for good efforts. In other words, the students begin to understand that their effort is being measured as opposed to exactly what they get on the quiz. Coming from a lower understanding into a higher understanding may not yet reach the state requirement, but they have made progress and they get better grades because they've made that progress. And with all that being said, portfolio assessments can be a powerful tool, although time-consuming. Portfolio assessments, along with the performance assessments, can show a student's growth. This also should be more of a measurement when assigning students grades. The most effective means I've uncovered in my research was by Richard P. Mills in Baltimore City School District, who chose to use their portfolio assessments alongside summative assessments. He realized that at a secondary level, you aren't going to bring a student that has been failed his entire academic career from a 5th grade reading level to a 10th grade reading level in 1 year. So he used the portfolio assessments as a weighted assessment to counterbalance the students that would not be able to ace a summative assessment at the 10th grade level because their base was so weak. But if that same student could make the leap from a 5th grade reading level to an 8th grade reading level in a single year, this student isn't lost and deserves a grade that reflects their hard work. In another study conducted by Jefferson Davis School District in Colorado, found that students who were graded on their best work worked harder on every assignment. Timothy F. Slater wrote in the Journal of College Science Teaching that portfolio assessment procedures enhance conceptual understanding and attitudes toward learning and evaluation in the classroom. After years of having a 25% retention rate, meaning that 25% of his students were held back each year, he decided to try a different method of assessing students, especially since 90% of his students were passing the state's benchmark exams. In conclusion, I think I can incorporate portfolio assessments into my language arts class fairly seamlessly. Each unit cover will have an assessment on varying types, and at the end of the quarter, semester, or year, those assessments will be compiled and averaged out to a second assessment grade. I believe this adds value to everything that the students do in the class. When starting the portfolio process, remember to keep it simple, Start with a single unit, determine the goals and purpose of the portfolio, create a checklist, explain the process to the students, and encourage them to take an active role in the development of their portfolios. What you might discover is a very valuable and meaningful evaluation tool that effectively assesses student learning.